Okay.
Finally got it.
Looks like we're live.
Okay.
Let's share this stream. So people can check you out right now if they want. But here, let me share it. All right. So I got it to work. That's good. I guess going on. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But I might have tagged you in something.
So we got a red and an orange again.
We got red and orange. Oh, let's go. We'll go over that here in a minute.
Yeah.
I just want to. All right.
You got your church key here.
Yeah, church key. That's. I do have one. Where's my? Let's just grab that. Where's my aunt? Where's that?
With your amp stuff on it. Oh, that one works too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna actually hit the record as well. Let's see if that screws anything up. All right.
All right.
So we're live. I shared it on Facebook.
Yeah.
We're sitting. We're gonna taste some beers. My name's Danny.
And I'm Paul.
Yeah, and this WestKoning, and we're tasting some of last month's brews.
Cool.
So tell me, like, what's this whole thing? What's these are two beers.
This is you've been making these beers for a long time, but this particular time, you're making these beers, and you have your beer club, and your people pay, and you get a couple bottles of beer that are, right off the tap, basically.
Yeah.
And they can take it home and enjoy it as they would, watching sports or just relaxing in the evening. So
it's out of Patreon.
Yeah.
And we're just a club that shares beers, like Homebrews. I share this one. This is mine.
Yeah.
I brewed WestKoning style. And we got two beers.
Okay.
So what do we want to start with, red or orange?
Let's start with the red.
Okay. We're going red top. Red top is a little bit darker of a beer.
Yep.
If you're,
Yeah.
So
I think I've tried it already. So
yeah. These are bottle fermented. So or not fermented. These are bottle conditioned. So that means
which means
they make their own. The CO2 that's in the beer is made by themselves. Once you bottle it and add sugar into it, then you seal it all up, and then it makes its own CO2. So it kind of it's self-carbonated pretty much after you put a little sugar. So let's see what we got here. I'm kind of worried about this. Honestly. Ooh,
nope.
That was good.
Yeah.
All right. I was kind of nervous.
Yeah. Let's get to tasting and see what this tastes like, all the different things that we go through. So, yeah.
Little half pours. All right. So this is I got some chunkies in mine. Yeah. So that's a little cloudy for me.
Yeah.
But
yours is a lot lighter than mine.
Well, I think it's just the clouds.
Oh.
It's just a lot cloudy. So yeah, this is bottle conditioned, and it had, I guess a little bit of floaties at the bottom there. So the color online is totally different from the two, if you can see.
Yeah, that's interesting. Out of the same bottle. So.
I'd be willing to taste the difference between these two. But anyways, so color right away it's dark in there, but like you can see through it. So I'm gonna use that as the original color. Yeah. It's got a little bit of clearness. Let me see here. Yeah, so you can actually that's actually pretty fine and clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this is my first go at bottling these in a long time. So we were talking about this earlier. I'm refining my methods so it doesn't get as cloudy as this in the bottle. But yeah, so let's go for smell. I do like the head sticking around a little bit.
Yeah, and the small bubbles.
Yeah,
rather than the bigger ones.
So this is a Belgian quad ale. Pretty tasty, but you can smell.
Yeah, you can smell all the flavors coming up out of there, can't you? Just,
a little spicy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of it doesn't have a huge nose, but it's just like the small little detail nose,
Yeah.
All right, let's go in for like I'm gonna taste it. I think this is like your traditional Trappist. Like this tastes like a Westie. Like a West. When I say Westie, it's a West Veletran style. Like so, it kind of has that taste to it. Like whereas like a bit Tootsie Rolly.
Yeah, a little bit sweet.
Yeah,
a little sweetness in there, but still has it has a good body.
Yeah.
The strength or whatever it is that makes the body and once you've taken a sip, the whole flavor lingers in your mouth.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
This is really nice and full flavored.
I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna try. All right. Hopefully you're not sick.
No.
All right.
But it's alcohol. It would stop it anyway.
I feel like this one's a little lighter, but maybe that's just my second take too, so we can switch back.
Yep.
But I don't like it's not much of a difference. I just thought maybe the cloudiness might have had a little bit something to do with a little bit of the taste profile I was getting.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So this is a little less dark cherry. It's a kind of one of like in dates kind of, and it's more like Tootsie Rolly, right? Like kind of candy chocolate. That's what I would label this one a little bit.
Yeah, but that taste just stays in your mouth, and it's pleasant. It's a pleasant taste. So,
yeah. I think this one. So, I have a bottle of this, and I'm gonna cellar this stuff. I think this one will cellar pretty well. It actually already tastes like it almost has aged a bit too, which is kind of good. But yeah, this is clean. This is good. I'm very happy with this one. This is the Killer Calf Quad. So this is my toned down version. So I'm glad that I can actually get like a nice, like good flavor profile with this and have it like at 10% rather than, which is still a high ABV beer.
Yeah.
But it's not normal. My normal, like, I think I was hitting like 12%, 10 to 12%.
I was talking to someone the other day about your beers and doing the quads. And he said, I love quads. That 12% beer is really good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But this is not like your normal 12%. I'm going to drink this. So. Like this is I'm going to try to pour it slowly. I think I was just reckless. Maybe in my
Still pretty brown, pretty light brown. So.
It might just be what it's going on at the bottom of this. At the dregs. Top you off.
Yeah, completely
yeah.
color. Yeah, you can see the different colors mixing. And there's a floaty in there too.
Yep. So when you bottle condition, sometimes you're going to get the sediment at the bottom. So usually you just want to crash it. This isn't too cold either. It's not super cold. It's not too warm.
Yeah,
it's cold, but not like I don't know, like ice cold or anything. So, but usually you can cold crash it and like kind of put it in the refrigerator, really cold refrigerator, and it'll drop the sediment out of the solution a little bit and just hit the bottom. But when you like pick it up or move it and jostle it, it'll just mix it all back up sometimes. But I think this is the first round of beers, and so for me, this quad is very tasty.
Yes, it is.
Let's besides the color, I think the color is a hard one because it's just yours was dark, mine was brown. Now it's the stuff at the bottom, so
Yeah.
it poured differently. But so color, like your color at the beginning was good, so I would give that probably 4.5 to 5, like the one at the beginning.
No,
Now,
it was an excellent color for a quad darker beer. So yeah. So I would agree with you on that.
Yeah.
The taste is dynamic to me.
It's a very tasty one.
Yeah. And you know, sitting here after having a sip, you can still taste it, and it tastes good. But taste, I'd still give it a 4.5, probably.
Yeah, I would give it. So I think what I was going for is actually this is a quite tasty beer. I think it's about a 4. Yeah. I think it can get better, but also it's a 10%, so it's not like my most flavor. You know, it's between. But
Absolutely.
I'll give it a 4. Yeah, it's pretty solid. But overall beer, there's ways I think I would give it a 4 just overall because the head sticks around, but this is a quadruple, so it usually doesn't hang around that often for these. They usually dissipate because there's not a huge amount of protein, sediment, and all that kind of stuff. Highly carbonated, so small bubbles. You know, like this is just a nice, well balanced, very tasty, very drinkable beer.
Yes.
I can have like 2 or 3 of these easy.
Yeah, I think.
But then you get drunk.
Yeah.
So
that's you get over 2 and you're going, did I eat this recently? Or
yeah, it's not the thickness that gets you on this one. Like sometimes stouts or even like milk stouts or wheat beers, they kind of fill you up a little bit. This kind of makes you feel a little light, right? It's not as heavy.
It's not heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very tasty.
Yep. Cool.
I still have a few of these too, which is kind of cool. But
I think I had mine, the red cap, last night.
oh really?
Yeah, as I was doing some work.
Did it explode on you?
No, but
Good.
I was worried about that.
His orange cap kind of exploded.
Yeah.
But we'll look at it's kind of it's no here nor there. That's me fiddling around with. We'll see if this one works. But
yeah, I was just real happy I didn't have it near my computer when
There
I
you
did that. So,
yeah. So does this taste about the same that it did last week?
yeah, it's almost yeah. So
that's consistency of flavor and well carbonated. So I think this one's good to go. Now it'll be interesting for my triple.
yeah.
So if this one kind of blows up, then we know it was a batch problem. Because I've only opened up one other one other than what we're gonna do, and it was just for a test run.
Yeah.
Persephone and I, like on a Friday or something before the party, we just opened them just to know what to expect, and we tried them, and I was pretty overly happy. And ours didn't explode, so. Yeah. So the cool part though about this one is I'm making its bigger brother. So I call this the killer calf quad because it's a killer whale calf
okay.
version of what the true Orchinis quad is. My original recipe for my quadruple, and that sits usually right around 11 to 12%, if not more, depending on how good it ferments. So this is kind of tame, and it's a very tasty beer though. For like it being tame, it still has that good, I don't know, that very tasty, very just there's so much dynamic and flavorful things.
But there is a lot of dynamicness in this. So
yeah,
it's not your common light beer. That's thing for sure.
It's true.
It's like
All right. Overall, so I think I would give this a 4. I think it's good. I think I want to get rid of the sediment. I want to, but that's about it. The flavor is locked in. think the recipe, the flavor made it through. I think I would give it a 4. I can refine some things for like what I want it to be. I hate to maybe a 4.5, but because it's exactly what I wanted it to be, except for the cloudiness and that you get that a little bit with the 7.
Yeah. But so I would give it a 4 to 4.5. Just mostly because the flavor is what I really like.
Yeah.
Is the flavor. The smell was great. All the things, the taste that stays now in my mouth for a bit.
Oh, it's still there. Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking to someone this morning. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm going down to my son's. We're going to be doing some beer tasting." And she says, "Now is that where you take it in your mouth like wine and then spit it out?" And I said, "No, we drink it." So
I guess we could spit it out, but I think that'd be like, I don't know. I feel like because as long as it's coating your mouth, But I feel it like all the way on my tongue too.
Yeah,
like it's all the way.
Yep.
Full tongue experience here.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
But this next month is going to be the Killer Quad, or not the Orcanus Quad. It's coming up, but I'm gonna rinse these out, and like we're gonna pop open that bad boy. We're still live, by the way. No one's watching, but we're still live.
Yeah, that's fine. So, can't pick my nose or anything, right?
I mean, you can. You can do whatever you want. That's fine.
Yeah. So if you didn't know, Danny's been doing this as brewing for probably 3 to 4 years. And if you go to his YouTube channel, he probably done this 20 or 30 times over the years, or maybe a little more.
What? How many times?
20 to 30, I don't know. A lot of beers we've tried.
Well, so we're going after the bug. So now we have our triple, and it's since 2020. So I've been brewing beer. I started in 2020.
2020. So yeah,
5 years.
4 to 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, coming up in August, I think it'll be 5 years.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Okay. Let's see what we got.
We're on beer number 2. So I don't know if I'm gonna chop this up into 2 different videos or 1 video, but yeah. So once again, it's WestKoning. This next beer, this orange top.
Yep.
You've already had it. I've already had it, but we're just gonna try it in front of the camera. So I can't really. It sounds odd enough. I don't really remember what it tastes like.
No, it's been a couple weeks since I had it. So.
Yeah, I think it's been.
I think I was watching the Sounders game when I had it. So
yeah. So I remember it being tasty and me really liking it. So let's open this puppy up. Okay. It's a moment of truth.
Cool.
Oh.
Just took a second there, didn't it? So
yeah. All right. Well, we're getting a little extra head here.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that when it.
So that's a little cloudy. I think it just with that pop. Oh, see, yeah. Okay, this is a little overactivated. Okay. So let's do a thing. I'm gonna go grab a paper towel.
That's kind of what it did to me. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, let's sit here and wait until the volcano's done.
Yeah.
It's pretty hilarious.
Now, what causes that? Is it?
So what I think what happened is that I added too much sugar to this one, or I didn't disinfect the glasses enough. So the reason why I don't think it's disinfecting glasses is because I disinfected all the glasses pretty substantially. What I don't think, and it's still kind of like alive, right?
Yeah.
It's just pumping. I think it was too much CO2 due to me putting too much sugar in and it maybe still not finishing out all the way. You know what I'm saying? So it like say if it was in the fermenter and only after a week and I bottle it after a week of fermentation, which I think it was right around like 13 days, 14 days, which is about normal.
Yep.
But if it was still active and still like pumping, like the yeast was still active and it still was pumping out sugar, then I'm putting all that active yeast and active stuff back with even more sugar. And so it kind of does its thing. So this is a lesson learned. So we're gonna filter some of this because it has the Krausen. So it looks like it definitely got maybe too much sediment, too much. There's a couple things that could happen here.
Yeah, but that's why we do this.
Yeah. Well, this is
Get another paper towel while you're in there.
This is
or two. Yeah. But it's still exploding here. So
yeah. Grab another couple glasses too. Hopefully it doesn't have the. I'm just trying to catch it. Yeah. All right. Well, let's. I'm gonna pour it. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I don't like grab yours. Be very gentle and smooth with it. Okay, let's see about mine.
yeah, I gotta go pee.
All right. Well,
otherwise it's actually a little lighter, but it's kind of cloudy.
I think once again these two beers were a little cloudy. They had a lot of sediment still in them when I bottled it, and I didn't have the best technique to get it out, which we talked about with the last beer. I think so that sucks because that means almost probably everyone's beer is probably doing the same thing.
Can you pause for a minute?
No, we can't.
Can't?
You can go. Yeah.
Too much coffee.
It all can't be sunshine and rainbows, you know. But this is the kind of fun part about brewing is like there's mistakes here and there, and you learn from them, and you move past it. But I bet you, like when this was served on tap, it was very tasty beer. So, and I did the same batch that I bottled. I put the rest into a keg, and then keg, I did kind of like fermented it in the keg, or not fermented, carbonated it in the keg like you do in here. So I didn't force carbonate it. Yeah, this will be pretty interesting. Not exactly sure. All right. So let's settle down a little bit.
It's settled down. Yeah, you don't have that head that.
Well, here you can agitate.
You can
it.
agitate.
Look at that.
Get it.
Look at that. That's
Yeah.
That is this is a nice head.
Yeah.
It's not all single, like it's very tight, small bubbles, but also there's little big ones here and there, so it's nice. Yeah, it's enjoyable. All right. So it's spicy, just like the other one was, but this one kind of has something. It almost there's like an orange or something, or like kind of something.
Mm-hmm. Something citric.
Yeah, there's like a citrus flair to this one.
Yeah.
Not quite sure what's going on there, but all right. Well, let's go in for the taste. Very spicy still.
Yep.
Hmm.
Wow.
Here.
It's similar taste to the first one, the red cap.
Yeah.
So, but it's lighter.
Yeah, yes and no. Like, so it has that same flavor, but it like original, like, because they use the same yeast, and I roughly use the same hops, but I think this, like, I want to say it's the malts that are different, the different types of sugar I use, but this one for me, it's not as sweet.
No, that's
And
maybe it. Yeah.
And it's less dark chocolate, or not dark chocolate, but like kind of tough candy chocolate.
Yeah.
And this one's more like, I don't know, just spices and kind of
that spicy citric thing.
Yeah.
Citrus.
Yeah. So it's like just a
Yeah.
and it's not like over the top. It's not like different in the sense of like, oh, it's subtly different. It's nice. It's flavorful. I think it's almost too spicy. You know what I'm saying? Like there's too much of that flavor. But that's me. Like it's not.
Yeah, it can be you have a bigger sip, it's almost overpowering at times. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So I do prefer the red top over this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think it was just overactivated. I gave it a little too much sugar. Or it wasn't done. This one wasn't finished yet before I bottled it. So either way,
still a good beer.
Yeah, this is a tasty one. Like I don't like it as much as the other one. I think it's still a flavorful beer. I think it's tasty. I think it's all the things. I think it's an above average beer. I think I would put it like if I had to give overall, I think this would be a 3.5.
Definitely.
Because I would say average is a 3. For my beers, I kind of want to see it better. I want to see I've done better.
Yeah, it is absolutely. It's one that's not up to your standard of 4 to 4.5 that we've seen over the years. It's still good, but you can have a really good beer or you can have an average beer. This is just over average in my opinion. Yeah,
it's actually.
I think I'm here. My opinion, right?
I mean, yeah. I think this is a little less drinkable than the other one. Because of that sip, it just lingers and it kind of has that dank taste in the back.
Something, there's something there that's a little bit different.
A bite. It's like a little bite. It's just It's not.
And this would not be one that you would get somebody that's never really had this kind of beer before. I don't think they would like it right off the bat. But
I agree with that.
We've tried so many different ones from lagers to quads. Basically over the years. So
I think this one, if you know the brand style and flavor, I think it'll be good. But if you're buying this as a beer that you're thinking you're going to get a pale ale, and this is completely not the beer for you because it's just overly spicy and it's overly like coriander spice, like that grainy kind of But it's not bad. Once again, I mean, we smashed this pretty. It was a tasty beer. I think because of this, it was better on tap too.
Oh yeah, I would assume. Yeah, I think so. But
yeah,
the tap having it on in the keg, would help that sugar content and all the different things mixed a little bit better rather than putting it in a bottle with the sugar. So.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
The way I interacted with it is the keg is kind of like a big bottle. And so I did the same thing that I did for all these bottles. I just mixed the sugar to make sure to get CO2. And it just, I think I put just too much or started it too early or took it off the fermenter too early.
Yeah, knowing that you keep really, really, really good notes on all these, I think you can look back and kind of
Yeah.
What's going on? So.
But this is the first one that blew up. So,
and all these years you've been making these.
Well, it didn't actually blow up either. I think I've had a few do this. I've had a few. Yeah,
it's like a volcano. It didn't blow, which is nice and easy coming out. So
it's just slowly spewing out.
Yeah.
I would consider this a good beer. I was happily surprised that the red top was good. Like a really good beer to me, and then this one is probably below what I like in what I wanted, what I was shooting for. And so I think this is a good, once again, it's a good indicator of like, hey, you can always grow. See, even that has that like protein break and it's just sitting there. So it's just very frothy. I'm going to try to taste some of this. So I think that was all the yeast that were just coming up and just saying hello right when we opened the bottle. We just saw like, oh, oxygen, let's go. Yeah.
And see that
Yeah.
almost identical to mine, and it was the original.
Yeah, that's the
foam and
original
stuff,
pour.
yeah.
Well, it's still, I think it's still
a little cloudy.
Well, it's foaming. It's still like actively.
It is. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Same taste.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it's a little like, so what could have happened is like some of the sediment at the bottom of my fermenter could have gotten into my bottles and stuff like that. And like there's things that I can do to mitigate that, and I'm doing it this round, actively doing it. But this was the first round, didn't have all my equipment set up, and I hadn't bottled in a long time. So I'm not necessarily kind of bummed about this, but it does have a little bit more of that spice. And I think what that is that spice is like the hops are still kind of in there.
Yeah.
So like it still gives it that bite, that bitter bite. You know, I feel like it's a little hoppier than the last beer. But this isn't an IPA hop. This is like a little bit of bite in the back, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, all in all. Okay, that is definitely more hoppy flavored. Oh, you know what? This reminds me kind of like, I don't know, take a sip of this and see if it's a little different with the sediment.
Just a touch, but I don't know what it is. It's more like a malt or maybe it's the hops.
Yeah,
but it's just a little bit different.
I think it's the hops. I think the hops lingered around, and so you can see kind of that green, that kind of green stuff on the top. I mean, it's not bad green stuff. It's like leafy green, and I think that is actually hop sediment that made it through.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the sediment that usually is at the bottom of the fermenter because of fall and proteins. But in this case, it kind of lingered with it.
Yeah.
And, it reminds me of the beer that literally we tasted like a month ago, a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think it's from Monkless Brewery.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it is their triple Trinity that they dry hopped. And so it kind of has a similar dry hopped triple kind of vibe to it, which I was actually thinking that would be an interesting idea. But in practice, I'm not a huge fan of triples. I like a triple. I don't necessarily want the
dry hop.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe if I did it better or got a hop that better accentuated the flavors.
Yeah.
It might be fun, but in this case, I don't think it. I mean, it's not a bad beer once again, but it's not the way I intended, which is it throws your brain off because you have an expectation. So I have to remember it's not necessarily bad. It's actually a very tasty beer when just put up against a beer, but put up against my thought of what I wanted to be. But overall, I would probably give that a 3.5.
3.5 is what I was thinking. So it's just and not up to your standard of beer, as we've had so many of them over the years that you've made. So
yeah.
So
well, I mean, and we have kind of a mess now.
Yeah, a little bit.
So word of warning for everyone that's popping these at home. Do it in a sink or something and pour out a little bit. You still can drink it, but watch out. It's good. But any last closing thoughts?
Yeah, I really like the quad.
Yeah.
A lot better today. I mean, this isn't a bad beer, and this is better probably than a lot of things that are out there on the market
Sure.
because of the flavor. Um, are we drinking beer just drinking beer, or do we enjoy the beer? Do we like the flavor? Do we like the way that it feels on your tongue?
Yeah.
That's what I would say. If you're just drinking beer to drink beer, that's great. But this is not the beer for you. But as I have become more astute on what these better beers are, is I don't want to go back to buying whatever's on the shelf. Yeah.
I enjoy this type of beer, even if it's overly hopped. In my case, and
Yeah.
there's too many IBUs. I enjoy it because, well, first of all, it's mine, so I made it.
Yeah.
So I have a a little bias there, but I enjoy this because it's a little different, and I think I mentioned this when you left. Is that you try something maybe new, or you kind of maybe didn't do a step that you thought you did. And in the end, it's not necessarily a bad beer that you have to throw out the batch. It's something that actually tastes good, and you can still drink it. It's super safe to drink, but it's just it's not quite the flavor that you wanted it to be, or it's not, and not quite the beer that you want it to be. But it's still a wonderful beer, and you can drink it and then learn from it, and then go back and make changes.
Yeah. So this, like most of your beers, is a sipping beer. This is not a throw it down beer by far, because you want the taste. It's like the different bourbons out there. It's the taste that that you're looking for, and some taste better than others, and you have your favorites, or anything. Any alcohol has a certain taste in that genre of the alcohol, and whether it's something you enjoy or not. This is something to be enjoyed.
And it still has the same taste profile as even the last beer. It's just a little different, right? Little sharper, I think a little bit more bitter, and it can be a good way if you like more of that bitterness. But so it's that.
But I think Dale would like these because he likes that a little bit bitter.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a good one though. But thank you very much. It's been a minute, so like a few weeks. So figured I'd get another video going. Yeah. But this is live, so we're actually live on YouTube right now. What I'm going to do is cut it up and also make a version of this that is more presentable, not 40-minute version.
Okay.
So
sounds good.
Check that out. I might have the links here or here. If so,
yeah. Good.
Selfless plug. If you would like, subscribe, all those things. Also, Patreon. I have Patreon. You can support us and taste some of this beer potentially. You'll get private invites to the WestKoning tap room kind of thing. Every once a month, I'm opening a tap room to have people enjoy homebrew beer. And so you can try it yourself if you sign up on Patreon, on the WestKoning Patreon. So all the links will be hopefully in the description and other videos. So the video for this and the other beer will probably be up as well. But
okay, cool. Thanks for listening and watching.
Yeah. Well, it's Good Friday.
Good Friday. Yeah.
So hopefully this